Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, not out of restlessness, but because it's a natural part of your sleep cycle. You see, for centuries, this was how people lived. A widespread practice known as biphasic sleep, or more specifically, second sleep. It's far from a quirk of history. This pattern was a deeply ingrained part of human life for a very long time. Before the advent of artificial light, people lived by the natural rhythm of the sun and the seasons. Nighttime was longer, especially in winter, creating a different structure for rest. Historical records such as legal documents, diaries, and even medical advice describe a pattern in which people would sleep for approximately 3 to 4 hours after dusk. They would then be awake for 1 to 2 hours and then fall asleep again until dawn. This period of wakefulness, called the watch, was not seen as insomnia or disruption, but a productive and meaningful interlude. The 16th century French physician Laurent Joubert observed how common it was. People would rise during this time for activities such as praying, reading, or engaging in intimate relations. Thomas Weir, a modern researcher, later demonstrated this phenomenon in a controlled experiment where participants were deprived of artificial light. Over weeks, their bodies naturally adopted a biphasic sleep cycle. This confirmed biological basis. This practice wasn't unique to Europe either. Ethnographic studies suggest that many pre-industrial societies in Africa, the Americas, and Asia all followed similar patterns. During longer nights in winter, this segmented sleep became especially prominent. The watch period often involved communal storytelling, quiet reflection, or tasks like mending clothes, or activities suited to dim light of a fire or candle. By the late 18th century, however, the world began to change. The Industrial Revolution brought gas lamps, later replaced by electric lights, extending daylight well into the evening. Couple this with increasingly rigid work schedules, the shift compressed rest into a single block of time. And by the early 20th century, biphasic sleep was relegated to history, forgotten to a world that prioritized productivity over natural rhythms. Yet, modern science has rediscovered the benefits of this ancient sleep pattern that seems just so genuine and natural to the human condition. Studies published in journals like Chronobiology International have shown that waking during the night is not inherently harmful. In fact, it can be an opportunity for memory consolidation, stress reduction, and creative problem solving. Weir's 1992 study at the National Institute of Mental Health revealed that participants in darkness for 14 hours a day for several weeks on end returned to biphasic sleep. And they reported feelings of calm and mental clarity during the watch, that period of time in the middle of the night. Now, interestingly, our language retains remnants of this practice. See, the phrase, burning the midnight oil, it may originally have referred to these quiet hours of wakefulness, as might the biblical concept of midnight vigil. From a health perspective, understanding biphasic sleep could help those with insomnia. Researchers at the University of Virginia found that reframing nighttime awakenings as natural might actually reduce anxiety about sleeplessness, promoting relaxation and eventual rest. So look, if you find yourself awake at midnight, it's all right, let it go. Your body might simply be reaching back to an ancient rhythm, a time when rest was less about rigid schedules and more about aligning with the natural ebb and flow of the night. Who knows? Maybe even you will start a podcast similar to Interesting Things. And with that, these are Interesting Things with JC.